Hello again and welcome back to my channel. So today what I wanted to speak about is the upcoming school season of September, where persons would be looking for enrollment of their students to go into primary school. And persons are calling and persons are messaging me, persons are asking information, and I said, why not just make a video, and if someone asks, I can just share the information and the knowledge that I know. So what I'm going to talk about and what I'll be referring to is persons that are seeking enrollment for students into first year into government primary schools, specifically to primary schools in Tobago. So first off, what I want to mention is that you need to go to the relevant primary school that you're interested in and get a registration form for that school. One of the things that they encourage or they advise you to do is to apply to multiple primary schools. Reasons being is that some of the primary schools are small and they can only take a certain amount of students. So even if it is that the school may be within your catchment area, try to find at least 3 schools that are close, not just the closest one, but at least 2 additional schools that are close by. So for example, you live in Buku, but you may have decided to apply late. So what you should do is explore the option of applying to Buku Government School, apply to Montgomery, and then you could maybe apply to St. Patrick's, Bonaccord, or Blackrock. So those are schools that are close by, even if it is that you live in Buku and Buku is the closest school. Depending on the time that you would have applied, even if it is that you may have another child attending that school, it is not a guarantee that that child would be enrolled in that school also. So I'm going to get straight into the requirements. If it is that you see me looking down or looking away, it's because I'm going back to the notes that I would have made to ensure that I'm not missing any information. So we would have already gone to the school and we would have already collected the registration form. And with the registration form, you may have also had the utility bill authorization form. And the utility bill authorization form would need to be completed if it is that you're renting and you don't have any utility bills coming in your name. So your landlord would need to sign off on that, and they would also need to provide a photocopy of their identification card. Should you be renting, but you have some form of, whether it's an internet box or you have some digital television or you have Flow and you have that bill coming in your name, that would be a form of your proof of address for the authorization form. So you don't need to complete the authorization form. However, if the bill is not in your name and it's in your husband's name or your mother's name or your uncle's name, they would need to complete the authorization form. So we would have already completed the registration form. You have completed the authorization form if needed. You need to also have 2 passport size photos of your child, white background preferably. Besides the passport photos, you need to ensure that the child is fully immunized, and the home card normally states that the child is fully immunized. So once they would have gotten all their shots, you would also photocopy that immunization card to go along with the registration form. You would also need to photocopy the child's birth certificate. And and basically the birth certificate. So it would be utility bill, registration form, 2 passport size photos, birth certificate. You would complete those forms and you would bring it into the school so that they would check it and verify that everything is there. But they also tell you, do not wait until last minute, because some schools would have already closed off their registration for the first year intake for September. So if it is that you're going and you're late, you may be living in the area and they would tell you, we are full. We cannot accommodate any more children, because some schools only have 1 class per level based on the size, and there are some schools that you go to and they have 2 and 3 classes per level. The small schools that only have 1 class per level sometimes have 24, 25 students to start. So Don't be upset. You just need to know the information and know to move early and move on time. So just double checking to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Oh, and the most important thing, some persons may take the risk of registering the child or enrolling the child, and the child would not be 5 or is not 5 as yet between that September to December term. If it is that the child is not 5 between now and the end of the year, which is December, by the time the term closes or the end of the year, some schools would refuse to enroll the child. Reasons being is that they would not have attained the age of 5 within the first term. So it's not to scare you off, just letting you know. And there are also some private schools that would also tell you, we're sorry, we can't accept your child because they're not going to be 5 within this first term of the school year. And that's not just the school policy, it's a government mandate policy. And also sometimes they ask you which preschool the child would have been attending. So if your child is not in a preschool as yet, I would advise that you at least get the child into a preschool for the final year, because I know some persons opt to do homeschooling, but you want to ensure that your child is familiar with the basic things that they would like to know has been covered, or that they know how to get along with children and they know how to socialize, and they have that cognitive skill and they have those psychomotor skills coming together. So if you're not in a preschool as yet, explore the option of getting them into a paid preschool, because government preschools would be full right now. So explore the option of getting them into a paid preschool, whereby they would have those little fine skills, those little fine nitty-gritty things that would allow them to transition into primary school. So that's all that I had to share concerning the enrollment of persons into government primary schools. Should you want me to mention or provide a video on private primary schools, I'll be willing to do that. Just drop a message or a comment in the comment section and I'll come back with that video for you also. Thanks again. Bye.